Alright, hey yo, what is going on you guys? I just hit my chair, that's unfortunate, okay? I gotta say, this movie surprised me, but I don't have anything else to say, so you know what? Let's go ahead and let's roll the intro.
Hi, I'm Albert.
Hi, I'm Danny.
Hi, I'm Jazz.
Hi, I'm Toby.
Welcome to Gamer State.
Passengers. Alright guys, so I gotta say, right off the bat, immediately after I finishing watching this movie, or even in like towards like the end of the movie, I connected with this movie in a specific way. Because in all honesty, I love the movie Titanic. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And if I had to say, if I can compare this to any other movie out there, I would compare this movie to Titanic. Not because it's long, I think it's a reasonable 2 hours long, and Titanic's got a good 3 hours on it. This movie to me seemed a little bit more, how do I say this? It's, if they had to remake the movie Titanic for a modern audience, and they had to, of course, modernize it, change a lot of things up, you know, make it a little bit more, I guess, entertaining for us, for the younger generations, I would say, you know what, this movie is that, and minus the ocean and the historical ship and everything. But now let's take it up into space, and let's also have a pretty cool name on the ship and stuff like that. And you have all the problems that a ship would have in outer space and not one that would have in the middle of the ocean. So that is a pretty basic comparison. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of other things other than like the Titanic had like about a dozen characters, all interesting, all with their own backstories. This one has about four characters. Yeah. It's either a good or a bad thing depending on how you see it. But for me, it worked. It worked. Even though the third character, it's not technically, I mean, it kind of technically is, but it's a robot character. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's a little tricky. They're in that gray area. But nonetheless, let's get straight into the characters. The characters obviously is Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, guys. These two, I gotta say, Chris Pratt really brought it, and I can see it. And you know, there's a lot of times in the movie where there's strong emotions, and you know, if you guys did not see my reflecting on 2016 video, go check that out. And there's a lot of things that I can personally make a connection with that character. And you know, again, Chris Pratt had an amazing performance. Jennifer Lawrence, also, she was also really good. There was one moment where I thought maybe a little bit overacting, but it's so hard. It's so hard to just say overacting, because in that situation, I would probably be as crazy as she was. And of course, the robot character, or the person that plays the robot character, really good. I mean, I would believe, yes, robot, but I've seen many other performances that people are playing a robot and it works. It still works. It's hard to compare. I mean, it was a good I mean, either way, it's a good performance. Don't know why I didn't look up his name, but I mean, everybody pretty much knows him, other than I'm just completely drawing a blank right now. He also had a really good performance. I gotta say, it's I can't spoil the movie for you guys, and I'm not going to, but you know, he had also a really nice performance. It ultimately focuses on Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and I gotta say, the chemistry between these two, surprisingly, it actually worked. It's hard for, sometimes the chemistry might be forced, or sometimes it's just natural, and I think that's what this was. I think it was a natural chemistry that was found, and I think it worked very well. Moving on into the cinematography, it was very nice, very nice, beautiful shots in this movie. Just so amazing. There's been so many space movies, and comparing this movie to Star Wars, even though there's completely two different movies, both movies take part in space, and I gotta say that this movie, I think, beats out Star Wars in many ways. I mean, just everything would just seem so much more beautiful in this movie, but because it had to be. And in that movie, it was a little bit more different. But getting past that, the CGI was amazing. There was so many good moments. I mean, the CGI was just so good. It was like there was literally nothing wrong with it. So talking about the climax of the movie, again, I have to compare it to Titanic, where there was just so much shit going on in that movie, and there's so much shit going on in this movie. It's a little bit comparable, but not exactly the same thing on two different scales. Both of them pretty damn high, but in this movie, it works out a little bit differently, and I think it's for the better. Definitely, there were some twists that I think worked in this movie's favor. I normally don't bring up music, but damn, the music in this movie, the score in this movie was fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, ending. I won't spoil it, so it's okay. Don't worry, don't freak out. But the ending, I have to say, is a great, satisfying ending that I think you'll probably really like. Alright guys, so wrapping this whole movie up, this movie has great characters, and everybody had a really good performance. The setting and as well as the plot of the movie, which actually I forgot to talk about. I can't believe I forgot to do the plot. The plot, it's kind of simple. People are pretty much migrating from Earth to another planet that is also habitable on their. That's basically it. And everything else you can kind of figure out through the trailers, because I'm not gonna dive too much into it because I don't want to spoil it for the movie for you guys. CGI, cinematography, all fantastic. Everything else just seems to work, and I think that's one of the great things about this movie. Literally, guys, being quite honest with you guys, there is really no flaws when it comes to this movie. I try to look for them. I mean, if I bring up anything, it's like super nitpicky, and it's not even worth bringing up. So with that, I have to say that this movie, I highly recommend you guys go check it out. It's a really nice movie. Probably might pull on the heartstrings a little bit. I'm gonna have to rate this movie, guys, a perfect 10 out of 10, guys. Again, I found everything just so good about this movie. I guess the best way to put it, if you didn't like Titanic for whatever reason, I mean, if the length was bad for you, I mean, this movie's an hour shorter, so you might end up liking it. Or if you didn't like something specific about that movie, even though again they're not directly comparable because they're technically not even close in the same ballpark of what's going on, but you can pull out some similarities. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, by all means hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel where we make more videos just like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!